Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me for this tarot reading. I have pulled cards today on the alien situation. What's going on? So at the center of this message, at the center of this reading, we are looking at an event or a part of a greater event which is upturning the current systems and structures of power, upturning, overturning where power is placed and where power is held, how we look at power and how we look at reality and the state of the world, the reason that we make certain decisions or the reason that we give our power away to certain structures and systems is based on stories that we've been told. There is a sense that there is a wish with this information coming out, or with an increase in our awareness around alien activity, that the ideal situation is to disrupt the power dynamic, to disrupt the power structures without too much conflict, right? But conflict feels like it could very well be a part of the shift that needs to take place, or the shift that we are starting to feel. The reason that we're seeing this stuff right now, and the reason that there's more information apparently coming out around this and more people are kind of being curious about it, is coming out of an increasing lack of trust in governance, an increasing lack of trust in the stories that we're being told, an increasing lack of trust in the reality that has been constructed for us and around us, and who gains from it. We have seen over a long, long time an imbalance in our relationship with the earth, an imbalance in our relationship with resources, an imbalance in our relationship with how we work with earth energy, how we work with the planet, how we see ourselves as aligned with that sort of mother energy. The earth is us. We are it. When we plunder the earth, we plunder ourselves. And there is a sense that this intelligence, or that this thing that we are seeing now starting to become much more mainstream, is part of an unveiling which is taking place around these systems of power based off of that lack of trust, that shaking in trust, as we start to see more, as we start to move out of naivety. This feels like something that will quicken up a process that would otherwise take longer to unfold. So having this information, or being able to kind of incorporate the presence of aliens in our reality, is like a catalyst to us being able to question a whole bunch of other stuff in our reality as well, and a whole bunch of stuff in terms of those systems and structures of power. We are actually moving toward the creation of something brand new. We are moving toward the creation of relationships across the earth, relationships with the earth itself, relationships in amongst ourselves, between ourselves and within ourselves as humans, as people, that are able to start to come out from a different place, that are able to start to take on a different form, that are able to start to be moved much more from love and much less from fear. There is fear around this, though, obviously. The fear largely lies in truth. What is the truth of this situation? With this shifting in our belief around the current reality, or the reality that we have been told is our reality, there is an understanding that there are lies being told, that there are things happening that are not as they have been said, and this is just another part of that greater energy. So starting to see things that several years ago we would have thought absolutely unbelievable, and now we're seeing things that a lot of people are seeing. Aliens are here. Oh, right, okay, just another crazy thing. There's an aspect to this where, even as we realize and recognize that our reality is not as it has been told to us, that brings with it a resistance to seeing the truth, because we are so used to being lied to that we now see mistrust lies in every single thing, including the alien story, right? Everything having to have some other means behind it, everything being connected to a deeper agenda. Spirit's message here is that we are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone in this. We are not alone in what we are trying to accomplish with the collective awakening. There is something that's happening on the planet. There is something that's happening in the energy of the planet. People are feeling this all over, and it is coming out in many, many ways. The best possible outcome, and again, I feel that the presence of aliens here is a part of something which is being subverted, an idea of power which is being subverted, an idea of human power that is being subverted, an idea of our position on the world and in the universe which is being subverted. Actually, even though you may think that this could be in some senses about taking power and taking it away from humanity and up to some alien entity, it's actually much more about bringing power back into ourselves, bringing power to the population, bringing power to the functioning of Earth, the functioning of Mother Earth, the functioning of nature, and ourselves included within that. We are nature. We are not the enemy to the Earth. But the systems and structures of power that we are operating within need to be subverted. There's a return. What this is allowing in some ways, and why it is happening this way, is almost allowing us a return to our innocence. And that's interesting because at the beginning of the reading it was saying about coming out of naivety. So we have these kind of aspects, naivety and innocence, and these are exactly what are rubbing against each other with this fear of lies, untrustworthiness, not knowing what is the truth, not knowing what to trust. At the same time, we are being called to trust more deeply in ourselves, to recognize the sovereignty within that is being echoed in this kind of greater situation that's unfolding. So there is a difference between believing that all childish thoughts are naive and stopping ourselves from allowing a shift in our awareness or allowing things to suddenly change or move or be different. There's a difference between that and a return to innocence. There's this place within our innocence where we can accept all possibilities and where we question authority. And then there's this other thing of naivety, which we may feel to be a blind belief, or a kind of a blind belief in something being better, or a blind belief in something working in a certain way. So these are this is sort of a tightrope that we're walking. And the reason for that is because in many, many ways right now, our understanding of our reality is being shifted and altered. The alien thing is a part of that. The consciousness of the earth is rising and awakening. There is something bigger happening, and the aliens are a part of that. This alien information coming out, even the fact that we're having this conversation and that it's out in the mainstream, is a part of this. So what we are looking to do here is to awaken our innocence in the sense that we are open to multiple possibilities. We are open to what we do not know. We are open to exploring our world and our existence and our reality outside of the constraints that we have taken in or been conditioned by. Okay, so what do we do? And how do we kind of move with this information? The information is shifting, right? Our understanding is shifting. How do we continue to move through that? How do we continue to move forward? First and foremost, there is going to be fear that is being poked and prodded. Fear within us that's connected to stories that we've been told, ideas that we may have about what aliens mean, even movies that we've seen about invasions. There is something that's actually being reflected back to us in that. Even if that's our idea, even if that's our assumption, there's something that's being reflected back to us in that around the pain that we carry. Our need to live in perpetual warfare, our need to see everything as a battle. there is a great amount here that needs to be unknown and unknowable, because we are actually dealing with an expansion and extension of our consciousness, an expansion and extension of our understanding. And in order to do so, we have to first of all accept that we don't know everything. We have to first accept that we are not sitting right now in this present moment with at the pinnacle of where we are going, with all of the answers all laid out. We are moving into new spaces, and that comes with a lot of confusion potentially, just being comfortable with not knowing 100% every single answer, what everything looks like, what everything is. But it's in the opening up to that. This is the reclaiming of our innocence. In the opening up of that, our consciousness is expanding and our potential is expanding. We are advised to keep having gratitude and keep grounded, because there is a lot about the disruption of our agreed reality that can feel very disruptive in multiple ways to people. And again, at the beginning of this reading, the aim here with this whole entire situation is that there is a consciousness wanting to ensure that as our systems of power are overturned, or at least revealed, so that we know that we are operating on the truth, that the chaos, that the conflict should be limited. The way that we do that as individuals is staying in our power, is staying in our gratitude, is staying grounded, whilst allowing our conscious awareness to open, allowing our hearts to soften, allowing ourselves to sit with the possibility that perhaps we don't know everything, and that perhaps the systems we're operating under are based on an assumption that we do know everything. So as we start to see that break and fall apart, we could freak out. But instead, we're being called to be where we are. We are here for a reason, and we are part of this. We are part of this ascension. We are part of this unfolding. We are part of this movement into a different reality, a different version of the future that we in ourselves can help to be part of the unfolding. So, sending loads of love to you. Stay subscribed, or click the subscribe if you haven't already, to stay updated with more videos from me, and I'll see you soon.